So in this case, I'm going to be the clinician.
And I'm a 22-year-old college student.
Okay, so today we're just going to go over the speech system as you're aware of most of the parts. And then we're going to go through a couple identifying tasks and then go into some techniques that we can use and see how you feel about those at the very end. So first, are you aware of all of our speech systems? Could you name a few right off the bat?
The lungs, the larynx, your mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so basically the lungs and diaphragm are kind of like the foundation of it. They, pump your breathing up and give you the air to produce speech. And then that goes up through your larynx, like you said, which is where your vocal cords are. And that's where you can get all the different sounds and how you differentiate them and all of it there. Moving up into your mouth, you have, your tongues, your lips for all the sounds, your hard palate, your soft palate, your teeth. All of those play a different role depending on the sound you were saying. So the reason why I'm kind of like briefly going through all that is just because today we're going to be identifying where you notice your stutter. If you notice it here or in your mouth, then you can be cognizant of it and make changes to it and modify it. Of course, that would take practice, but identifying it is the first step to getting over that. So like I said, we're going to go ahead and start with some different identifying approaches that I found to be helpful with past clients of your age. But we're going to do it a little differently than what I used to. I'm going to model it first, so I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Then we're going to do it together, but you're going to talk. And then the final one is we're going to add in identifying it. That way we can really, dive into it. So hopefully you're ready to talk today. Okay, so for this first part, I'm just going to tell you about times when I'm on vacation, and I'm going to tally the number.
Okay.
So, and do you want to tally along? Just see.
Sure.
Okay. Just something gives you something to do. And you can add in conversation too, but we're just going to tally mine for now.
Okay.
So, vacation. I think my favorite one was when I was probably, I think I was 18 years old, and we ended up going to Barbados. It's actually in the Caribbean. It's really beautiful. They usually say to stay in a resort, but with the way my family is, we just wanted to see it all and go out and do all that fun stuff. We surfed quite a bit. That was an experience. I got cut by a reef, and it was fun though. Yeah, fun
That's
memories.
Scary.
Yeah, and then we ended up staying for about a week. We swam with turtles. Got to see some dolphins. So it was really fun, My siblings even came. I know we're all older and stuff now, but they all made it out with their spouses, so it was a lot of fun. I think that was probably my favorite one. My next favorite, sorry, I'm just thinking about memories. My next favorite one was probably North Lake. Here, we went with a bunch of my friends and rented boats. We skied. So as you can see, I like to do a lot of things in the water. But all my vacations so far have been great. I'm really blessed to be able to go on them. My parents provided for me when I was younger, and now I can kind of help give back for that. But I'm hoping that my next vacation will be like to Hawaii or to another country. But okay, did you get 10?
Yep,
me too. I kind of lost track of counting for a little bit, but I got back on target. So as you can see, when you're actually paying attention to when you're stuttering, instead of just being nervous about how other people perceive you, you actually can identify every time. Now, I didn't have any secondary behaviors or anything like that, which if you do, that's something else that we would have to identify when we go ahead and tally your next one.
Yeah.
So now that I talked for that whole time, I want you to go ahead and talk and practice. We'll both tally for yours.
Okay. Is there something you want me to talk about?
So I talked about my vacations. Do you want to talk about some of yours?
Yeah.
Or if you had anything else you want to?
Yeah, I can talk about my vacations. One of my favorites was actually Hawaii. I went my senior year of high school. Well, after I graduated with my mom and my aunt, and we went and stayed with my cousin, because he's in the military, and we went to a lot of beaches, and we saw sea turtles too, which was really cool. I drank out of a coconut, which I didn't like.
No. Why is that?
It was nasty, but I like it now that I've tried it again. We went to the Pearl Harbor museum thing, and we got to go out on the memorial, which they don't let people do anymore, and we got to see the oil that's still coming up from the ships.
Oh wow!
And they had this really cool part where people who survived the Pearl Harbor attacks, if they pass away, they can choose to have their ashes sent down with a diver to be back with their fellow military friends, I guess, that passed away in the attack, which was pretty neat.
Yeah,
to see.
I bet. So that's kind of a cool offer that they allow them to do that.
Yeah, I don't know how many are still surviving, but it's pretty neat.
Yeah. Okay. So what did you think about that? How many did you get, first of all?
13.
Yep. Okay, me too. What did you think?
How
How did that make you feel?
I guess I never really thought about how many times I stuttered, but it's kind of neat to, not neat, I guess, but interesting to see, after I do it, to write it down.
Yeah, and I think a big point that I like to tell my clients is that it's nice to be able to actually identify when you are stuttering.
Yeah.
Like I said, so you can change it. Did you notice any secondary behaviors with your stuttering?
I say a lot. I know that.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Do you say as in more of a filler, or when you feel a stutter coming on?
Sometimes both.
Sometimes both. Yeah, because I know. I mean, I have a lot of friends who don't stutter, and they say whereas they don't know what to say.
Yeah.
But okay, so that's also something. That could be another thing you can tally, because sometimes those are signs of stuttering too. Mm-hmm. However, if it's just a filler, then
right.
Yeah, but if you can feel it and you say then you're gonna want to count that. I also noticed a little bit of head nodding.
Yeah.
So nothing too major, but I can tell that there's probably some tension then, trying to get the word out. But we're gonna actually identify those next. I just wanted to start ahead of time. So this next, that was very good. That's very interesting vacation, by the way. So we got those two done. Now let's go ahead and still tally, and we're both gonna just converse, but we're only gonna tally yours. And then we're gonna identify. So I'll try to stop you. Try not to be rude or anything, but just I just want to identify, and then we'll come back to
where
the
it is.
conversation. Yeah, where it is on your speech system, where you think you felt it.
Okay.
Let's talk about your college experience so far.
Well, it was kind of hard at first.
Where did you feel that?
Yeah, here.
Okay.
But now that I'm more into the experience, because I'm a senior now, so I've grown to like it a lot more, because I have roommates who have been my friends for some of them since that was like my tongue. Yeah. Since freshman year, who I've grown really close with, and
yeah, you're the king of campus now. Huh?
Yeah, I like it. I like to go out and do things with them, and in Athens, there's a lot to do outside, especially in the spring. Now they have a bike path.
Where did you feel that? Because since you didn't stutter on the word,
it's
did you
like
get caught here? Okay.
They have a bike path, and on both sides of it, they have cherry blossom trees that bloom in the spring, and it's only for like that was like yeah, and my mouth a little bit. That was like they only bloom for like 2 weeks, so it's cool to like go and take pictures by them and stuff. And especially since we're graduating, it's nice to have like pictures taken with everybody.
What's your favorite class been?
I really liked one of my how was I here again? My older adult classes, because I'm getting a gerontology certificate. And it's with a professor that I traveled abroad with. And she specializes in aphasia, which I just think is really cool. So I like that class just because I was comfortable with her and I know her.
So what's your major? What are you going into?
Older, like
gerontology.
Yeah, like gerontology.
Okay, that's the actual.
Yeah.
Cool. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds like you're loving your senior year. What did you think of that?
I had 7. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. So, I mean, you really didn't have. You had a lot of stuck right here, but there wasn't too many patterns. It was just kind of wherever, depending on the letter. What did you think about identifying it?
I liked it because I never would have thought about it.
And I think that's good too, because then you can use some of the strategies we're going to get to next, depending on where it's happening, to help you kind of get through that. Okay. So next, like I said, we're going to work on techniques. So these won't necessarily, these can be long-term. These, for most of my clients, it's been kind of short-term strategies, but it increases awareness and stuff like this. So the first one, it's called easy onset. Basically, what it does is it's kind of like a less harsh way of saying the sound. So like for ball, it's pretty forceful. You'd say more something like ball. So just more easy.
Ball.
Yeah, your lips aren't fully touching, or if they are, they're very gently.
Yeah.
Or like, where are you from?
Ada.
So like Ada. Kind of sounds like a whisper at first.
A little bit.
Something I notice when my clients are doing this is that they'll move their like
Uh-huh.
this. I kind of seen it a little bit.
Yeah.
But just be mindful and try not to. And if you do, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Or if you identify it too. So I guess let's talk about. We'll go back and forth practicing in talking. But let's talk about some of your favorite summer memories. I'm probably gonna have some fun ones then too.
Well, growing up.
There you go.
Oh, I moved my head.
Yeah. Okay.
Growing up, in a small town like Ada, it was hard to find things to do sometimes, but my friend, one of my good friends, had a pool, so we would always go over there, and because it was like an in-ground pool,
Okay.
which like nobody else
Right.
had.
That was a cool thing.
Yeah, so we would go there, my group of friends, and like swim all day, and then have a bonfire at night. And then, well, a little bit after that, like some years after that, we got a pond. So then a lot of my friends would come to my house because we could. There was more space in a pond, and so we could like play in the water, and a lot of the guys would like wrestle and stuff.
Typical boy thing.
Yeah, and then I had a golf cart too, so we would.
Do you
always
golf?
ride on that. I hate golf.
That's some of my favorite memories of the summers golfing. My family goes a lot, so that's always been fun. I actually had a pond too.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of my friends would come,
Uh-huh.
and we moved when I got to be a little older, but at the time it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And we always had to be careful though because there's a deep end, and you know how that works, and
Yeah.
you can't go past a certain length because then you get into the fishing.
Yeah.
But, yeah. What about did you ever play any sports in the summer?
Yeah, we always had basketball leagues, like summer leagues that we would do, and tournaments that we would go to. We had softball leagues too, and volleyball league too. But we would get more into volleyball towards the end of the summer because it's getting into fall. So they were always pretty busy, and
Sounds like it.
my guy friends all had football.
Okay.
So it was hard to find time, but when we did, we made the most of it.
Well, it's good to hear. I think summers are important. It's
Yeah.
a good break.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that?
That was good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel
Less tense.
okay? That's good.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's kind of the point of it. Just kind of relax your speech system and
Yeah.
push through. Yeah. Okay. So this next part, this next and last one's gonna be pretty brief.
Okay.
I just want to introduce it today, and then we can work on it elsewhere.
Mhm.
But it's called voluntarily stuttering. So it's
Okay.
like when you feel it coming on, it's just letting it happen, pretty much, and kind of changing how you're stuttering. So let me give you an example. It would sound something like, so yesterday I went to the store and I bought bananas.
Okay.
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
So when you feel stutter on,
Just let it happen.
Yeah. So I just want to talk for about a minute, just to get used to it and kind of warm up. Tell me something about your family.
Well, I have two younger sisters, which is okay, I guess. They can be brats, but so can I. So, I like to. What do we like to do together? We go shopping sometimes. My middle sister used to hate shopping, but now she likes it. But me and my younger sister are more like in that way.
I'm gonna stop you there. I think so. This one's a little harder, but I feel like you still have a lot of tension when you're doing it. What do you think?
Yeah.
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 Should we stick with easy onset for now, and then work our way into?
Yeah, we can try that maybe
Okay.
next time.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of hard going from like that to this.
Because that's what there was no tension.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you did really great today. I hope it was helpful.
Yeah.
And we'll carry on with it next session.
Okay. Thank you.